Welcome guys, another live stream. You're not here yet, so I'm saying this to the viewers on TikTok. Actually, YouTube, that's what I meant to say, YouTube. I'm new, this is only my second stream that I've done. Can you turn it down just a hair for me, please? Maybe I just need to speak up. Whew. Alright, thank you Tyler for moderating for me tonight. Hi guys, welcome to my live stream. I'm going to start tonight off with a collective reading. If you'd like to stick around and listen, please tap on the screen to give me some likes so I can get on the For You page. I like to start my live streams with a collective reading, and I just start channeling to see what comes through, what the collective watching needs to hear. My husband will moderate, so if you have any questions, you might see him. Mr. Bones is his username. You might see him, so go ahead and ask. Alright, I'm grounding in. I'm just going to pull with the intention that this message is going to reach the person that it's meant for. I am not here to predict the future. I am not here to substitute God. I am not here to do your spiritual work for you. I am just here as a vessel to channel a message, to deliver something to the person who might need to hear it. So just take it as a sign, okay, if you've been waiting for one. We're starting tonight with the Strength reversed. I'm hearing, what are you hiding and what are you holding back right now? What are you afraid of? I feel a lot of passion too. I have a lot of passion. I see the world. I'm hearing it's time to graduate, but you've been holding yourself back. This is buzzing in my ear and it's throwing me off. Okay, with the world, I'm seeing it's time to graduate. There was already a conclusion. Did you get closure on something big in your life? Maybe like I'm hearing like a cycle ended. Do you think we could put some different music on? I'm not really vibing with this. I need something more relaxing. Like more like white noise. Like the rain was good. Or if you could find some with like rain or I just need something a little more natural. My husband's moderating for me tonight. Okay, I'm gonna keep going with this collective reading. If you want to get a reading from me, my readings are $5 a card. Tyler, you can give them the payment info if anybody wants a reading. Otherwise, feel free to stick around and just hang out for a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna keep pulling on this world. So, if you just chimed in, I'm doing a collective reading. I've only pulled 2 cards so far. I'm feeling the Strength reversed. And there's some self-doubt. There's some, where's the music, Ty?
No. It was muted because there was an ad.
Okay. So with the world, I feel like there is a cycle in your life that has just completed. To me, this feels like a breakup. I'm thinking like a breakup with a boyfriend or a breakup with a friend, breakup with a fuck buddy. You know, like somebody that was of some significance to you recently. I'm thinking like early 2026. So there's this closure, there's this cycle that has ended. I'm hearing the word amicable. So maybe this breakup and this separation was actually pretty mutual. Or maybe even if maybe it wasn't mutual, but it's like, I'm hearing you saw it coming. Like maybe you were kind of ready for this, bracing for this. Okay. What's coming next? What do we need to know, Spirit? Okay. So I'm seeing the 3 of Wands reversed. And there's definitely some, I'm hearing hesitation and confusion about what do we do next. This closure with this person, I think it's positive. this feels like something, I'm hearing like a long time coming. Maybe something that you needed to do and you just needed that push to make it happen. So maybe you wouldn't have done it that way, but it was like you kind of needed a catalyst to get you going, to get things going. But now after this has happened, there's a little bit of confusion. We're kind of, maybe we're just not really looking ahead right now. We're not really sure how to look ahead because we're looking behind. And that's literally what I'm envisioning. I'm seeing somebody, and I think this is just like the way Spirit is showing it to me, but it's like this person is driving a car, but they're looking in the rear view mirror. Specifically, I'm seeing like a blue truck, and I'm seeing like a back road, and this person's like looking in the rear view mirror. I'm seeing Ace of Pentacles reversed. There's some hesitation to plant something new. There's some hesitation to start a new cycle and to keep going forward. I'm hearing embrace the wild, embrace the wilderness, embrace the fact that you are in a space that maybe, you know, you have never really been in before. Wow. Another ace reversed. So the Ace of Pentacles the Pentacles is the physical world, right? Whether this is the body, whether this is money, abundance. It's something physical that we are working towards in this reality. With the Cups, I think more inner world. So this disconnection, this major change, this disconnection that you may have just gone through, it's throwing off multiple different areas of your life. With the Five of Cups, it's pretty clear that things weren't working, and it's okay to grieve. It's okay to I just feel like Spirit is trying to validate you that you did the right thing. That you did the right thing by stepping away from this person. I feel like whoever this was, I want to pull more on them. I'm hearing that you were too kind. You're too nice to people. You're a kind soul. You're a generous, kind, caring, loving human being. But I do kind of get the vibe that your energy has been siphoned. So this person that has stepped away, I'm seeing Two of Wands reversed. Maybe this is something that like they do. They're indecisive. They can't decide. I'm feeling like a push-pull energy with this person. Like sometimes you're close to them, sometimes you're not close to them. So maybe that's why earlier I was feeling like this breakup is kind of mutual. Maybe you saw it coming because they've done it before. This could be a friend that like will get her life together and then sabotage it, and then maybe it's a friend that's always kind of got drama going on, and then she'll like show up and be like, oh hey, everything's cool, and then you realize no it's not, you haven't changed at all. Or a family member even. Okay, I feel like Spirit, we've pulled a lot on this specific energy, so I just want to know, where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? Okay. I like this, actually. The Prince of Cups. So if you look at the card, he's got this chalice, and the moon is just pouring energy into it. And there's so much energy that it's literally overflowing. You have a lot to offer. You have a lot to give. And I feel like, somebody say, is this to you, May? Sounds like what you and I thought the last reading was based on. Hi guys, welcome. I'm doing my collective reading for the night. I think that I'm a big believer in astrology, and I think that the transits do influence us, do influence the collective. I think that's why when you're going through something, you look around and you constantly see stuff that reminds you of what you're going through. It's because other people are going through it too. We're being influenced. So with this Prince of Cups, I just feel like your emotional energy is going to return. This person that was siphoning your energy, they were definitely an energy vampire. And what I mean by that, energy vampires are people who are tiring to be around. There's somebody who is just exhausting. It can be disappointing to be around them because you care about them and they always do the wrong thing, and that disappointment drains you. It can be embarrassing. Maybe they make you feel shame and that shame drains you. Anger. See, that's what energy vampires do. They make you sit in an energetic frequency that you don't belong in. They make you sit in an energetic frequency that you don't want to be in. And that's why, people like me, people like you, people who are drawn to this kind of shadow work, who are drawn to soul healing, we can't be around energy vampires. So I got a feeling that a lot of you guys tonight you're probably on a soul journey. You've probably already done a lot of healing work, and you're probably at a point where you have to take a leap. And I pulled the Three of Wands reversed earlier, but I usually think that the Three of Wands is kind of an exciting card to see in a spread, because the Three of Wands is somebody looking at their life, looking towards the future and seeing possibility. So I just want to pull for this collective and see what is it that's making them doubt? What is it that's making them feel hesitant? Like, these energy vampires, they did something to you. They affected you. It was expensive to keep those people around. It has cost you. You had to pay the price for that. It cost you. The Hierophant. These structures, it's like social norms. Being around these energy vampires, it felt normal, it felt comfortable. And maybe this has something to do with your upbringing. Maybe this has something to do with, like the town that you're from, or just things that are comfortable. Just because it's comfortable doesn't necessarily mean it's good for you. Expensive in multiple ways. I mean, it would make sense if I'm pulling for Mesa. My spirit has always loved her. I don't know what it is, but ever since she started coming on my live streams, I definitely feel like there's always been kind of a spiritual connection between us. Maybe we knew each other in past lives. I used to not believe in past lives for the longest time, but then I started thinking about it. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, right? Energy just turns into something else. So it makes sense to me now that my soul, my life force energy has existed before it was me. I'm all over the place. I scheduled to go live tonight, and I was really excited about it all day. And I felt nervous because Sunday night I went live, and it had been a really long time since I have done a live stream. And so, yeah, I felt like this is something I enjoy doing and something that I want to keep doing. Not even so much just about the cards, but just talking about stuff with people and just, having a space where we can have deeper conversations. Because I think that our culture is becoming really fake and really surface level, and people don't really have a lot of spaces where they can talk. And Tyler is also here, my husband. I think somebody got a reading.
Because I can't log into your stuff.
Oh.
Last time, so.
This is probably... Sorry guys, 1 second. I think that's probably what it is. Who got a reading from me tonight? Can you let me know how many cards you got? Did it work? Hey, Meredith. It's so funny that you're here tonight, because Meredith is somebody who, she reached out to me a year ago and asked me for a reading, but I wasn't doing readings at the time. But I definitely think that you planted the seed in me, and reminded me that this is something that I actually really do want to do. So how you been, Meredith? Do you have something? You got 10 cards. Do you have something that you want me to pull on? I've missed you too. I've missed doing this. I've missed reading all of you guys. I thought about reading you last year, but I was in a really, really bad place. In fact, my mental health, my shadow work has never been darker. It has never been rougher. Last year really was, I think it sunk me to a low point that I think I needed to go to so that I could really purge a lot of really heavy things that I had carried. And now that I've done all that purging, I'm coming out on the other side. And so I feel stronger and just more ready than ever. So, okay. So do you want the full 10 cards on your, cause I could do a Celtic cross reading and just give you a traditional 10 card spread. And we can just kind of gear it around the situation with your mom. And we can go as deep as you want. Girl, no worries. You gotta take care of yourself first. I'm glad you got to some healing. Yeah, it was crazy. I got married. So me and Tyler got married June 2024. And then we moved up from California to Washington State. So I live in the Pacific Northwest now, guys. I'm living out my real life teenage Twilight fantasy. It's so witchy up here. I was not expecting that. I don't know why I wasn't expecting that, but I didn't know too much about the Pacific Northwest when I came. I feel so much more connected to God, to Spirit, to Yahweh here because I can actually go to the waterfalls and I can go to the forests. It is incredible and it's healing me on a very deep level. In California, I couldn't get out in nature like that. Also, I was the on-site manager of a maternity house for almost a year. So that was a whole crazy side mission. I even helped deliver a baby. So I've still been healing people. I've still been doing, I was testifying to people. It was crazy. I was praying over homeless people and just really serving people. And I still kind of do. I'm a housing specialist now. And I help people. I help low-income Native Americans with their housing. I don't know what it, like my career really is just a series of crazy, like random side missions. And I'm never bored. So I'm just trying to help people any way I can. And the readings is so fun for me because this is a space where I can just channel everything that I'm constantly holding back all day long. I'm always reading people. I can't help it. I try not to. I try to block it out. I try to focus, but I interact with people and I can see all these different things. And I had to really learn this past year to not worry about it. I've learned how to not worry about it. I've learned how to just kind of focus on myself. But I'm getting way off topic. I want to focus and ground in. So Meredith, we're going to read you now.
10, you said?
Yeah. This is the first Celtic cross reading I've given on my live stream in a long time. Okay. Okay, so Meredith, we're gonna read. She said, I think I need guidance on what I should do regarding a situation we're in. Spirit knows what I mean. Got it. Okay. Spirit, you know what Meredith needs to hear. You know what I trust you fully, Spirit. Go ahead and just guide me. Guide the cards. You know what to pull. I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to fully give it to Spirit. And I'm just going to let Spirit totally read the situation. And just guide, Spirit, connect to Meredith here. And use the space to give her what she came for. Okay. So, in the past, I'm seeing this Princess of Pentacles energy. She is free. She is walking in this field full of flowers and abundance. And I'm hearing it was a peaceful time in yours and your mom's relationship, and things were kind of working on your side. It feels like there's just really good, happy-go-lucky vibes in this relationship with your mother. So maybe you guys, I'm hearing like a resolution, and you guys were kind of on the same side about something. Did something happen that kind of brought you guys closer together? Maybe you and her hadn't like always had the closest relationship, but then you guys went through something, and then on the other side of it, you guys were like, okay, like this isn't so bad. Like we, there's this like almost like renewed spirit. Like maybe your faith got renewed that you and her could have kind of a, okay, so this is where we're starting. This is just our starting point here in the past. There's this happy, really like, I'm feeling like sunshines and rainbows is the kind of vibe I'm getting from your relationship with your mother. So, okay, for the present, where we're at now. Ooh, interesting. Very interesting. I pulled the Judgment card. The Judgment card. I'm hearing trials and tribulation. I feel like I'm just reading the room so far. I haven't really pulled anything that is news, right? This is just kind of setting the tone. So with the Judgment card, obviously something happened between you and your mother. And now, the way that you and her handle this situation will define your relationship with her. I'm thinking for like years to come. I don't want to tell you how many years to come because I don't want to manifest something for you. That's not my place to do that. But it does feel like there's like maybe some high stakes. So, okay. Here's what we're going to do before we go any further. I just kind of want to take a moment to ground in and just kind of pray over the situation before we keep going, because this does feel pretty serious. Okay. Creator, I am asking you to help me read the room, help me to just be a guide, help Meredith to relax in this moment and to just kind of have an open mind. We're not here to tell her what to think, what to do, what to say. We're just here to read the room and maybe validate or affirm some things or help her notice some things that maybe she's not quite seeing in the moment. It's so easy when we're feeling emotional to get carried away and to lose sight of what really matters. So let's just try to be calm and grounded when we read this and use our discernment. Okay, so the challenge that I'm seeing right now is the Prince of Wands, which makes sense to me. I feel like you're kind of charging into this situation wanting to fix something. Like, I want to know what the right thing is to do right now. Maybe you're seeing a side of her that you've never really seen before. Maybe you've never had to, or you have seen it, but not like at you. There's this evolution, this growth. I feel like maybe you triggered something in her. Not you. The situation you were in her were in triggered something inside of her. I don't necessarily feel like whatever happened, whatever you may have done, I don't think you intended it to come off the way that she had taken it. So the challenge here, there's this desire, there's this urge to do something about it. So I think the challenge here is figuring out where we go. So for your conscious mind, judgment and justice. Look at this. You are such a fixer. Like, you are such a doer. Big energy here. With your conscious mind and justice, like, you do care about fairness. You definitely do care about judging the situation well, but I'm hearing you're doing mental gymnastics. You're literally obsessing over this situation because you want to nail it and get it right so badly. But that's actually, I think the future cards will back me here. I think that you are actually setting yourself up for failure by overthinking the situation, because you're draining your energy. You're tiring yourself out. Not only that, you're not leaving any margin right now, any space in your life to actually receive what God is asking you to do in the situation. You're trying to approach this by yourself, and you're not allowing, I guess by getting a reading, you're kind of countering this energy. If we're being honest here. But I feel like I'm doing this because whatever I decide is high stakes. I feel like a bunch of emotions. Okay, yeah, exactly. There's so much going on right here, and it's coming from this space of justice, of wanting it to get it right. I see some other people coming through. I'm in the middle of giving Mer a reading here. Yossi says, "Oh girl, I haven't seen you on my For You page in so long." I'm glad you're here. I haven't done readings in a few years, and so I'm giving Meredith a reading. If anybody has questions, my husband's here moderating. Okay. So Meredith, I'm looking in your subconscious mind, and I'm seeing the Nine of Swords, and this card is absolute. It's the card of betrayal, but I'm hearing the word terror. There's so much fear here. I'm hearing shock. I'm hearing connecting the dots. Did you, like, let your mask slip? I heard that very faintly, so I'm not quite sure if I'm reading that right. But it almost feels like maybe you shared something with your mom or did something and it really caught her by surprise. And now there's this, you went fucking, oh man, okay. I was calm at first and I went ballistic on her. With this in your subconscious mind, I think that you have had that, you didn't like go ballistic on her. It's almost like you've been suppressing these feelings towards her for so long. That mask that you let slip, I think it wasn't to her, it was to yourself. I think those emotions you've been suppressing, I don't even know. Did you know that you felt that way, or did it just happen? Like, were you even aware that you felt like it was that serious for you? Because it's almost like the mask cracks to you and you realized something about yourself. And was it almost like an out-of-body experience? Like, where you just didn't even have control over it? Like, it just, like, came out? Because there's a lot of energy behind it. I think deep down I did, but didn't want to recognize it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's what sucks, is when we are, and this is why shadow work, I think, is so important. Why it's so important to get to know ourselves. The only thing that we have control over in this life is ourselves. And the only way to have control of ourselves, to master the self, is to get to know ourselves, so that we have this understanding of us, and these things come out in ways that are more controlled and you know, honor who we really want to be. And so it feels like you never really had this opportunity in your life to do this inner work, or maybe you just didn't know how to do it. You didn't know how to start. You've been wanting to for a while. You've been curious about this stuff for a while, but maybe part of you, maybe you just didn't even know how to meet yourself at that level. So then you end up in this situation where it's coming out way deeper, way more intense than you intended for it to. So in your near future, with the Two of Swords, I'm hearing you're going to kind of just be at this crossroads for a little while. But you notice how this is a minor arcana card and not a major arcana card? To me, that tells me that the situation might not be as serious as it feels right now. I'm hearing it feels like death, because it is death. You killed off a part of yourself. When you did that and you were just unloading and letting it all out, that little girl inside of you that felt like she needed to tiptoe around her mommy's feelings, she's fucking gone now. Like, there was a very young part of you that was doing that, but you outgrew her. And you could no longer keep inhabiting her. I'm seeing like 6, 7, 8 years old, like a very, very young part. You were very young when you developed this part of you that wanted to protect her feelings and make her feel safe all the time. But like, what about you? You know, that's kind of what I'm feeling is like, what about you? You should also feel safe around her. You should also be able to be vulnerable around her and be honest around her and share your emotions and express things and have those boundaries and tell her how she made you hurt and all these other things, right? You weren't able to do that. So it bottled up like a pressure cooker, and to the point where that like 6, 7, 8-year-old version of you was like, fuck this, I'm done. And it all just came out. And I'm seeing this woman with like these eyes. Have you been thinking about her eyes? Like maybe the way that she looked at you, like the shock, the surprise, it's like it burned in your head. And there's just been like her staring at you. The advice card here, yes, the way she looked at me when I just went off. With the advice card here, with the Emperor, she was shocked. We live in a male-centered world, right? We live in a male-centered world, and I think that women, in order to survive in this male-centered world, sometimes certain women will teach their daughters how to be a certain way, and they may not even quite question it, they may not even quite realize it, but it's like the culture in your family that like she grew up in and that she was passing down to you is that you didn't talk about certain things. We didn't discuss certain things. It was in order to protect the men. And I just think that you broke the cycle. You decided enough was enough. I'm not going to stay silent. I'm not going to keep tiptoeing and pretending, you know. I'm not going to just keep it to myself. I have to say it out loud. And the external influence here, you're like taking the words out her mouth. It was the way I was raised. We didn't talk about... Yeah. I'm hearing generational trauma. Did you have like a grandfather maybe, or a great-grandfather, or like somebody in the military in your family? I definitely feel this like soldier energy. There was like a tension where he was very, very triggered, but he swallowed it down. Maybe he wasn't like physically abusive, but you could kind of feel it in the air when he was triggered, because he carried like really big trauma. And so I think she might have kind of grown up around that energy. And so it's like, I don't know if she was necessarily like physically abused, but or even really verbal. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's like there's tension. Like maybe she just kind of grew up around tension. And so she gets tense and easily triggered about things, which made it uncomfortable for you because you just wanted to be honest. You didn't want to trigger her, but then you had to kind of tiptoe around feelings and stuff. And it's just got to a point where it's like, fucking enough. Face your shit already, you know? Like, that's kind of what I'm feeling. So, for the external influence here, I'm seeing the Fool card. And I actually really love this for you. Your relationship with your mother, what you have known it to be, is over. But with the Fool here, I'm seeing a new beginning. And I think that's actually probably the healthiest thing we can have in this spread right now. You just kind of ripped the Band-Aid off. And that Band-Aid was stuck, like you hadn't shaved all winter. You know what I mean? That Band-Aid was stuck to your like Chewbacca hairs. And so, I'm so sorry. When you ripped it off, like that shit hurt like a motherfucker. So, you're allowed to have your moment right now and like wince in pain, you know? But with the Fool here, I feel like this is positive. And so I want to encourage you to stop giving a shit. Could you try and do that for me? Just stop giving a shit so much about the relationship with your mom, because the relationship you're giving such a shit about doesn't exist anymore. you have an opportunity to build a new relationship with your mother. You can't go back to the old one. We got to focus on the new. Your hopes and fears here. I pulled the Queen of Pentacles. So in the upright position as the Queen of Pentacles, I do feel this energy of like you being, I don't even want that old relationship, so hopefully the new one is better. Period. Yes. Stepping into the future, I feel like you're hoping that things will flourish and be abundant, but in the reverse position, there's definitely like a scarcity mentality and some stress around the relationship. I feel this card the faintest though in the spread, which kind of also tells me that maybe part of you kind of has let go of this expectation that you've had of her to be somebody other than who she is. Maybe that fear that you saw in her eyes, like, did it make you, how did it make you feel when you saw that? Like, did you see her as maybe being like more human or more innocent? I don't know. I just feel like that moment was so significant enough to come up in this reading that maybe it changed your perspective on her. In the outcome right now, as I'm seeing it, yes, it made me see past the addiction. The outcome reading with the card with the Nine of Wands reversed, I don't really feel a lot of energy going towards the future of this relationship, only because I feel like it has to be mutual effort. Don't let her play the victim right now. If you do apologize for anything, only apologize for the way that you said it. Only apologize for the way that you like exploded. Don't apologize for what you said though. You don't have to take back the stuff that you really meant. Like, so only apologize for what you actually are sorry for. And when it comes to the relationship with your mother, I'm gonna leave you with this. Relationships are like a couch, right? It takes one person on each end to lift and carry the couch. So I would encourage you to release yourself from some of the guilt and maybe burden that you feel about how you kind of approach things. I want to validate you that relationship is now over. And the only way you're going to have a relationship with her moving forward is if you both can approach it with the mentality that you want something new. It's funny how you bring that up. I feel bad for yelling, but not what I said. I just talked to Sabrina about that tonight. Good. I hope that reading helped you and that you got what you needed out of that. And as always, it's a pleasure to read you. It's a pleasure to have you on my streams, Meredith. And thank you again for reaching out to me. If you guys, so I have Cash App and I have Venmo. If you guys want a reading through Cash App, just let me know if you send for it and how many cards you got. Tyler's having trouble logging into my account.
It's Venmo. Cash App's fine.
Or Venmo, whatever. It gave me a lot of clarity and helped my anxiety. Appreciate you. I love to hear that. May you please just give me one word of guidance. Yes. What is it that you want some guidance on? If you guys just want to talk or you want advice, I can do that. If you want a card reading, then those I charge for. I mean, if you guys just want like genuine guidance, I would suggest using a condom. That's my advice for today. No context, just use them. Did you hear anything when you read my name? I'm just going through it in life.
What if I said it? Did I hear a word?
Yeah, Tyler, what have you got?
Burden.
burden?
I don't know if that word rings any bells or feels.
Like she's burdened?
I don't know, just the word burden. That's the only thing that came up for me, so.
Does that word resonate with you? Burden?
If not, no big deal.
So my other half is here. That's another thing that's, I'm going to do a couple things differently this time when I do my streams. I'm going to be posting all my lives on YouTube. So Meredith, if you end up wanting to watch this again, I'm going to save it by the date, but you can find my streams and you can always go back to this one and rewatch it. I used to not do that and I regret it now. But I thought that might be nice for my, you know, my supporters that come through here. I'm going to be also posting whenever I have a live stream coming up so that you guys can always know when to find me. Also, Tyler's going to be moderating for me, so
Fair enough.
well, I'll be on for another 5 minutes if anybody else wants to get a reading tonight. Well, do you want to vent? You're welcome to vent and we can chat about it. I got about 5 more minutes here. If there's anything that I have learned in my 32 years of wisdom, because I'm so old, is that if you're still breathing, then you've still got time. And if you still got time, then anything can happen. And that's not always a negative thing. Sometimes good things can happen to us too. And I'm learning in this season of my life to be able to receive good things. I used to be the kind of person that was always waiting for the other shoe to drop. And all that did was turn me into a person that's extremely anxious. But I've kind of realized that if bad things can happen, then good things can happen too. And where attention goes, energy flows. So as much as I think about the bad, I try to compensate for that and think about the good as well. Because both are possible. It's just that to receive good things in our life, we have to open ourselves up to becoming the kind of person that receives good things. And some of us don't have goodness in our lives because, oh, and this is the hardest part. This has been a really tough pill for me to swallow. Some of us have to become a person, still have to become the kind of person that receives good things. And the reason that we don't is because stretching those muscles, it breaks up all the times that we blocked ourselves from receiving something good, that we didn't believe in ourselves, that we didn't think we were good enough, that we didn't feel like we were actually capable of it. Not always, but sometimes we are the one that's in our own way. So when you're thinking about all the things that can go wrong, maybe take some time and think about what can go right. And if you're having a hard time thinking about what can go right, I empathize with you and I have compassion for you because I've been there too. It's hard and it takes practice. We have to love ourselves when we're in those spaces. We have to give ourselves permission to love ourselves. And our minds are so fucked up. They'll sit there and they'll tell us every single reason why we shouldn't be happy, why we shouldn't have that thing, why we're not good enough. But it's lies. It's all lies. This emperor keeps popping up, which is interesting. The emperor, he is controlling. He is domineering. He wants to be in charge. And that's why it can be so difficult, right? For us to let go at times and just let ourselves receive good things. Because we had some type of emperor figure in our life. Some type of emperor that just didn't want us to be happy for whatever reason. And we internalized that. But I think, you know, true self-love, true healing comes when we make up our own opinion of who we are and we stop sharing that narrative with ourselves of who somebody else told us we are. If that makes any sense. Thank you guys for letting me ramble. I really appreciate it. I need an outlet for all this energy, and I'm really glad that I came back. I came out of the broom closet. I'm back. I'm doing readings, and it was nice hearing from you. It was nice to see you too. I'm so glad that all of you are here and you're finding me again. It feels like riding a bike. It feels like I never even left. So I love you guys. I will be back Tuesday night for another 45-minute live stream. If you didn't get a reading tonight and you want one, you can catch me again on Thursday. So I'll see you then. And